Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, it is a very exciting time. I am pregnant with baby number 2, and that is so crazy to say. It's been so crazy, but in this video I'm going to be talking all about my 2-week wait symptoms, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically a 2-week span from conception to when you can take a pregnancy test that you might be pregnant but you don't know, and it's too early to take a pregnancy test, so you're kind of reading into all your symptoms and trying to figure out if you are pregnant or not. So I'm already out of breath, so bear with me, but we're gonna be talking all about the 2-week wait. And if you're watching this and you're in your 2-week wait, I'm thinking about you guys. I know it's such a hard time, and I watched so many YouTube videos during that time. So I know what you're feeling and you can make it through it. I'm praying for you guys and thinking of you. So hopefully this will give you guys some hope, and maybe you will relate to some of the symptoms that I was feeling. Even if you don't feel all of these symptoms that I'm about to talk about, you still could be pregnant. Every pregnancy is so different. Some of these symptoms that I'll talk about, I did not have the first time, but I do this time. So each pregnancy is just so different, and every person is so different. So just keep that in mind. Also, my little puppy's gonna be walking around in the background, aren't you? Yeah. But if you guys like baby content and you're expecting, definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to watch more baby videos and follow along on our journey for baby number 2. Right now, as I'm filming this, I'm 5 weeks and I still haven't had a doctor's appointment. We actually went to an ultrasound yesterday through like an ultrasound specialist, and they said I was still super early to really see anything. So I'm still very early on. I only found out a week ago, so it's still very fresh. We haven't told any family as I'm filming this, and I'm just excited to talk to you guys about it. So let's get talking about the 2-week wait. This time around, we actually were trying for baby number 2, which with our first baby, KYLIE, we were not trying at all, so it was a big surprise, and I wasn't really like looking for symptoms in the 2-week wait. I did not feel pregnant at all. So this time around, since we were trying, I was definitely reading into every little thing that I was feeling, writing them down. And I don't know if that was playing with my mind more since we were trying, but I mean, I did end up being pregnant, so the symptoms I were feeling were real. But at the same time, I'm like, was it just me thinking about the symptoms, or were I actually feeling them? So it's kind of hard to know, but some of these I definitely was feeling, and I still am. So the first one that I have on here was actually I was having really bad like body odor, and I felt like my body was smelling really bad. I remember I went to this shopping thing with my mom. I thought I smelled so bad. I like didn't want to hug anybody, and I was like nervous to raise my arms to like grab a shirt or something because I was worried somebody would smell me. And I was researching this, and some things were saying online that your just sense of smell is heightened, so you think you smell worse than you are, but other things were saying that your body and the hormones actually are making you smell worse, which I was like, great. I can't tell which one it is. I feel like my sense of smell definitely was heightened. There were definitely a few days where I was like, I smell really bad. This is super weird. The next symptom is I was super moody, and even my husband agrees to this, that I was getting super frustrated at the tiniest things. I still am, and I probably still will for the rest of the 9 months, but it definitely felt like a shift. I remember also feeling super frustrated with KYLIE, our first baby, and I was like, I never get this like quick-tempered with him. I never get frustrated with him like this, and I started feeling super angry all of a sudden and then fine the next minute. So that was definitely something that I noticed and I wrote down, and when we were taking our pregnancy test, my husband was like, you definitely are pregnant, you've been super moody. So that's definitely something to keep your eye out for, and it's definitely something that I experienced in my pregnancies. The next thing that I definitely had with my first pregnancy in my 2-week wait is insomnia. I noticed it right away because it's like one night I fall asleep totally fine, and then the next night it's like a total 180 shift because I'll try and go to sleep and it's late at night, it's like 11 or something, and I should be tired, but I just cannot fall asleep. And this happened for a few days in a row. So it happened for probably like 4 or 5 days in a row. Yeah, for some reason, I just could not fall asleep. I don't know if I was just thinking about it or what it was, but I definitely had that with the first pregnancy. And so when it happened again, I was like, this is a little different. And another symptom kind of on the side is crazy dreams, which I know some people really experience during pregnancy, but I dream every single night without fail when I'm pregnant or not pregnant. So that was something I was experiencing, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. But if you're experiencing weird dreams and you haven't before, that can definitely be a sign. And I've heard a lot of people say that before too. The next thing that I noticed was how instantly hungry I became. And I'm usually not a snacker, like I'll just have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I'm fine. And especially with watching KYLIE, I just don't have time for snacks and sometimes even meals. So when I was getting hungry in between those meal times, I was like, this is different. I was like so starving, my stomach was growling, and I don't remember my stomach growling since probably the last time I was pregnant. And so that was something that definitely caught my attention. And even now that I know I'm pregnant, I'll be laying in bed at night and it's like 9 p.m. and I'm starving and I have to have a snack. So I get very hungry during my pregnancies. I have to eat a lot more. Next is I experienced some light cramping, and I swore I was actually gonna get my period. Like I thought, I'm not pregnant. This cramping is too intense for it to just be like pregnancy cramping. And I experienced it for probably 1 whole week of the 2-week wait. So I was pretty convinced it was period cramps, so they were pretty strong. And it was probably just implantation, which is a whole other subject. You guys can look it up. But the cramps I feel like were much stronger than my first pregnancy. And maybe that's just because, again, we were trying this time. And it's so hard to know if your cramping is your period or if it's pregnancy. So definitely just keep note of it. It could be pregnancy, maybe it's not, but it's so hard because it can be a sign of both. Next is I started peeing a lot. A lot of people experience this in a lot of the videos that I've watched. And I didn't feel like I was drinking more than normal. I was definitely more thirsty, which can be another sign, but I definitely noticed that I was going to the bathroom a lot more, and that was interesting to me. So the last symptom that I have written down on here that I did not experience at all the first time was my boobs were hurting so bad. And as soon as they started hurting, that was my clue that I was pregnant, because since I didn't experience it at all with my first during pregnancy, I obviously breastfed him. I breastfed him for 9 months. He's 10 months now. So since I had kind of stopped breastfeeding for a while, I was like, this is weird. Why are they hurting? It felt like when my milk came in the first time with KYLIE, plus it felt like a letdown, which if you're a first time mom, you can look up what a letdown is, but it's just basically a feeling that you feel when you're breastfeeding or feeding your baby. I would just be like driving in the car and I would feel that pain and that feeling, and I was like, I'm definitely pregnant because I haven't been breastfeeding for a while. I know it's a symptom that a lot of people can feel even with their first pregnancy. That was probably my biggest sign to myself that I was pregnant, and it was super out of the ordinary for me. So definitely keep that in mind. If your boobs are hurting and you're trying and you're in your 2-week wait, that can definitely be a big sign. Another sign that again can be a sign of pregnancy, or it can just be like an everyday symptom, but I was feeling really tired in the afternoon from like 2 to 4, and even still to this day I still feel this way. I would get so tired, like I would have to lay down on the couch. I wanted to take a nap, but this time I can't because I have a baby to watch. But I remember feeling this with my first pregnancy too. I would actually just take a nap because I didn't have to watch a baby or have any responsibilities really, so I could just like lay in bed and take a nap, and it was so nice. I didn't really think much of it just because I am so tired just from being a mom and watching him, but usually I would just get tired at night, like right before bed. So getting tired in the afternoon time was definitely a hint to me. So in case you guys are wondering when I did get my positive test, I got it on cycle day 29. My cycles after being pregnant and having our first have been like 35 days long, and I don't know what they were before we had our first baby because I was on birth control, so they were all over the place. But this time I had probably 4 or 5 cycles before getting pregnant. I took tests on probably cycle day 20 and up, and I didn't get a positive until cycle day 29. So I'm not exactly sure when I ovulated. I think I have a general idea, probably like cycle day 14 or something. But yeah, if you guys are taking tests and they're still negative and you really think you're pregnant, just keep taking them. You never know. I was getting so discouraged because I took probably like 4 or 5 tests that were negative in a row and I just swore I was pregnant. So keep taking them. You might still be, it might just take a little bit of time for it to show up on the test. But I still was pretty shocked that it was pregnant and it said positive since I had gotten so many negative tests. So I hope this was encouraging to you guys and you found some hints or little tips to look for in your 2-week wait. And again, I'll be thinking of you guys. Comment down below if you are in your 2-week wait or you are pregnant. I would love to know and follow along with you guys. If you guys want to see the video of me finding out I was pregnant and telling my husband, I will link that down below. Also go over and follow our vlog channel because a lot more like everyday pregnancy related stuff will be over on there. On this channel, I just do more sit down talking to you guys kind of videos. Yeah, there's different content on both channels, so if you want more updates about the pregnancy and things like that, go over there and follow. I'm so excited to bring you guys along with this journey. Again, it feels like I was just recording these videos for our first pregnancy like last week, but yeah, I'm so excited. We're so ready. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.